Liverpool host European giant Real Madrid at Anfield in a game that is actually going to be one end to another. It's a game that might, bring in so many goals, considering the fact that Real Madrid are actually in a very sparkling form right now, and they are scoring, from all cylinders. Mbappe scoring a lot, Vinicius also creating a lot, and Bellingham, Adagula also doing his own as well. Then Liverpool on the other hand, they just came back, from five consecutive losses in their games, four in Premier League, then one in Champions League, and also they also lost in the EFL Cup to Crystal Palace. That's crazy right there. And they face Real Madrid that keeps scoring goals, and Liverpool also keeps conceding goals. In the league they've actually conceded 14 times. They conceded 14 goals, and they've only scored 18 goals. And if you take 14 out of 18, then you have 4 left. So they only have +4 this season, and that's terrible. And you can't just open your defense like that if you are playing Real Madrid. Real Madrid are actually going to punish you. Looking at the Real Madrid team, you are looking at about Courtois in goal, then Oitzin and Militao, in the middle of the defense, while Alexander Arnold might be played, and he might want to play, in an emotional game, for him. I saw him earlier, trying to, drop some flowers for Diogo Jota, who passed on, earlier on. And also Carreras, who, in a sparkling form as well, be on the left back, while Tchouaméni and Valverde are actually going to be in the middle, supported by Adagula, Bellingham and Vinicius Junior. Then up front, of course, Mbappe have been firing from all cylinders, and is actually in a very, very sparkling form. And they face, Mamadashvili, which is for Liverpool, in the absence of Alisson, who is not actually, feeling fine. And he stays in goal. Mamadashvili stays in goal. Then Conor Bradley on the right back row. Then Konate and Van Dijk, of course, popular combination there. And Robertson on the left back position. Then McAllister and Gravenberch, of course, they'll be in the middle, while Salah, Vietz, and Gravenberch will support him. Then Gakpo as well will be in the middle, or perhaps be drafted to the wings, and from the wings comes into the striking role as well. Then Ekitike, might be preferred, ahead of I think injured Alexander Isak. So that's just it. Both have actually met 10 times, and Liverpool have only won twice. They played a draw, and Real Madrid have actually dominated, the meetings, in 7 wins. That's very, very huge. And it's actually a game that promises a lot of goals. I think both of them might, score themselves, but I see Real Madrid, trying to dominate, trying to, come in and score plenty goals. But Liverpool might, take this resurgence very, very seriously, after, a whole lot of losses, and they just won their game at against Aston Villa at Anfield, and they will not want to, lose again at home. They will want to give their fans, this huge win. And, when you beat Real Madrid at home or even away, you actually, did something very, very huge. You should go and ask Arsenal, and that's just how the whole thing is. So it's actually going to be a cracker. It's actually going to be a game full of emotion, full of, full of activities, full of a whole lot of firepower up front, at the back, in the middle, and all that. Because the two of them, are not teams that pack the balls. They open up, and they're actually going to, score a lot of goals. I believe at the end of the day, it might be a 2-2 draw, a 3-3 draw, or a 2-3 win for Real Madrid, or, a 3-3, draw for Liverpool. I don't see Liverpool beating Real Madrid, but you never can tell. This football, anything can happen.